What's up, guys? This is Josh, also known as Casket 13. Also, with that intro, just to let you guys know, I'm probably going to be changing a few things. I think I'm going to change the channel to, I like the concept of just Casket Comics. Since I do a bunch of comic stuff, obviously, that's my main thing. So I think I might stick with that going forward. This is Weekly Comics for November 1st, 2013. So I'm going to go ahead and start covering that. So this week we had Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer number 4 come out from Boom Studios. Buffy's been really good with the Boom runs. They did a 4-part Last Vampire Slayer series, and this spun off from it. It's an alternate future in the Buffy story. Art's pretty decent. Not quite my favorite style, but it's pretty unique. I like it. I will say that this story is just as much as I enjoyed the Last Vampire Slayer 4-part story, I just really haven't been able to get into this one as much. It's an okay read, but like I said, this is probably one of my least favorite Buffy series, especially after following up this year's Vampire Slayer. It was just called The Vampire Slayer, and it was a really good series, another alternate universe. Hopefully eventually we get back to the main Buffy universe that Boom created, because I really enjoyed the 34, 35 issue run they put together for it. So be excited to see if they get back to that eventually. But yeah, so Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 4 from Boom Studios. Next we have Walking Dead Deluxe number 76. I'm not going to get this one out because most people have already seen this, just in black and white. This series is just a rerun of the originals in color. With Robert Kirkman having some notes in the back of some notable things he did, changed, or wanted to do with the series. So it's a pretty interesting read. But yeah, this series Walking Dead was a great series. Probably one of the most, iconic zombie series I think we'll ever get in comics. So there's a lot of them now too these days. So that was in Image Comics, The Walking Dead Deluxe, number 76. This is Spider-Boy number 1. Spider-Boy was a spin-off story they did from the last Spider-Verse story, where Spider-Boy was actually a hero that had been there supposedly the whole time. That had been his existence had been erased from history, so nobody knew who he was. So he's got a really neat, interesting costume. Apparently, he turns into he can turn into a monster, as you see in page 1. Typical Daily Bugle slander, like usual. But the art in this is really unique. It is, let's see who the artist is from this. Paco Medina. I really liked this first issue. It's really fun. Got an introduction of a fun villain called, what was his name? It was just ridiculous. Gutterball. And just a little bit more backstory of Spider-Boy. How it was created. But yeah, issue is on par with Amazing Spider-Man. Some of the runs, like I said, it's a pretty good issue. I think I'll definitely pick up issue 2. They did a little side story in the back that was done by another artist. It was a little bit too cartoony for me, but we did get a cool appearance from Squirrel Girl, and I think it is actually going to tie into issue 2. So I don't know if this will be the same artist following through or if it'll be different. But it was a fun read. Like I said, it was definitely fun enough and interesting enough story for his backstory for me to pick up issue 2. So if you're into Spider-Man, Spider-Boy could be another fun read for you. And that is obviously Marvel Comics. And continuing with Marvel Comics, I have Ultimate Universe number 1. This is spinning off from the most recent Ultimate Invasion event they did. Really good read. Interesting story where the Maker, who is the ultimate version of Reed Richards, who's become a villain before they did away with the Ultimate Universe a while back, he goes to another universe. He escapes our universe, goes to another one, creates his own, pretty much because he knows how the superheroes become superheroes. He goes to a universe that mimics ours. It's really close to our world and alters all the superheroes, so he pretty much can gain control of that world. And in doing so, he has a bunch of heroes that he changed to become heroes in his way. So they all kind of follow underneath him to form this world government. And when he gets defeated, obviously, at the end of Ultimate Invasion. So you have Tony Stark and the Reed Richards of this universe, who has become kind of the Doctor Doom-esque character. you have them going around and trying to recruit the new Ultimate heroes in this and start the new Ultimate universe in a way. They're going to be some grim stuff happens in the book, so I don't know who all we're getting. I know next year they're going to start doing the Ultimate series again with 3 titles. It's going to be Ultimate Spider-Man, of course, Ultimate Black Panther, and Ultimate X-Men. So you see the art in this is very, very good. It reminds me of the original Civil War run. It's not the same artist. The artist in this one is Caselli. So Caselli's art's just amazing. And I really like, seeing Thor as they get to meet the Ultimate Thor in this one. There's some really cool shots with him. Let's see if I can find a really cool page with him. There you go. Good shot of the Ultimate Thor. And yeah, and they kind of have some setups for the Ultimate comics coming out. Don't want to spoil too much. You get a really cool couple panels. So yeah, here we go. So it has Ultimate Spider-Man #1, Ultimate Black Panther #1, Ultimate X-Men #1. And those are all coming out in January, February, and March of next year. Really excited for Ultimate X-Men #1, which we get a few weird shots in this. The art and story is by Peach Momoko, who most comic fans know. Peach is a really just unique artist. She's one of the best, I think, currently in the game right now. She does some of the best covers. All of the Spider-Gwen Shadow Clones covers I have graded behind me are from Peach. And she's just she does a bunch of the cons around here, the bigger cons, and just from hearing stories, like she's just like an awesome person. She actually does a lot of that. She charges real cheap, if she does charge at all. And just her presence at last year's New York Comic Con was so impactful that she had to leave early because of fights and stuff, trying to get into her line, and people just getting in line to get more stuff signed, kind of taking advantage, which is unfortunate and just a sad thing of some every fandom has the negativity, so it's unfortunate, but she's a really awesome artist, so I'm really looking forward to X-Men #1. If you haven't read her stuff, I always recommend picking up Peach's Demon Days run. She has different titles in the Demon Day run that cover different superheroes, and they're kind of told in a traditional Japanese lore way, so it's very unique to see how she does the stories, so I would always recommend anybody. So on to DC now. We have a Supergirl Special #1. This is a really fun read as well. Definitely dives into Supergirl's past a little bit, of her trying to remember her life on Krypton. And also in the current superhero run, you have the whole super family now, including Power Girl, who is Supergirl from a different dimension, who has came over, or one of the different Earths, and she's come over, and she's part of the team now. So you have Supergirl having to deal with having Power Girl there, so having to deal with another version of herself, and kind of feeling inadequate compared to Power Girl. And it's just kind of, it's a really good dive, like I said, into her psyche a little bit, her past. There's some fun interactions with her and the other super family, including Power Girl, which is just really good. So you get some, like I said, you get some cool action scenes. The art's very, very different from what I'm used to with some of the stuff. I've seen this, I'm pretty sure this artist did some stuff in Buffy during season 12, maybe. I kind of dropped off then and didn't read a lot of it, but yeah, it was really good. This is really cool. Like I said, you get some cool shots. I'll show you a panel that's one I really like. It's just not really a panel, but just this whole interaction between Supergirl and Power Girl towards the end of the issue. It's just really fun. Don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, it was a good read. It's a one shot. It is a special. I'm hoping, I don't know if they have plans to spin it into another series. If they do, I would like to read some more, because I actually read Power Girl, her special, and her issue 1, and they were really fun, so I want to continue reading that one. So this one's on par with that, so I would definitely recommend that if you're a Supergirl fan. She's back, hopefully, into an ongoing series as well. If not, read Power Girl, because it's still just another form of Supergirl, and she's just as entertaining. And the last one from Dark Horse Comics, Midnight Show #2. This is a really fun read. This issue definitely picked up. The first one was kind of a little slow for me, but they had to do all the introductions. to break it down, a famous director who has passed away has one of his movies that never got finished and people said was cursed get finished. I guess they put it together and they're screening it in this town, and it's pretty much called God of Monsters, where it's all the legendary monsters you would think. It's Dracula, it's Wolfman, it's Creature from the Black Lagoon, and all of them rolled into their versions in this series. And it's them coming to life as the movie gets played in this town. And this town has started to become just monster central and become like the backdrops. Like you have Dracula and his bats attacking people. There's just some pretty good, just a little bit of good gore in there. It's a really fun read. They definitely are not attached to characters, because characters we got in the first issue and get established get just brutally killed off really quick in this. But yeah, you have some cool stuff. You have like Wolfman shows up. A very interesting version of, of the Mummy and Dr. Frankenstein. There's the Mummy, really fun, cool version of the Mummy, where it kind of has the Anubis head. And then you get Frankenstein, which is interesting. In this version of it, the doctor put his brain into the monster. So you have Frankenstein's monsters now become Dr. Frankenstein, and he was trying to attempt to make himself immortal. So it was a really fun read. It's definitely going to keep me going into issue 3. Like I said, I got issue 2 on kind of a whim because issue 1 was a little slow, but it was still a fun read. So that's what kept me. I'm a big movie monster person, so it kept me. So if you're into the horror stuff, the horror side, which we just kind of covered in my last one for Halloween, I would definitely recommend picking up The Midnight Show. Now, just a few honorable mentions that these are from weeks past that I didn't get to cover some stuff, but I just had to bring them up because they're just such fun reads. First one is Sirens of the City. This is issue 4, and it's just such a good read. I think for the one thing that really has drawn me into this, the story's good, but the art in this, it's I don't want to say unmatched, but it's by, I don't know if it's pronounced Kari or Carrie. Carrie Randolph? Yeah, sorry. Let's see. Carrie Randolph. But I really enjoy they use a very dark tone in the book, almost black and white, with color splashed throughout. And it just, let's get another good one. Just the use of color in this is just amazing to me. You just have splotches of it kind of just throughout the issue. And it just makes stuff just pop, man. It makes the art really pop off the page. I like the story. The story is really fun. It's a really good read. So I'd recommend, it came out, I think issue 4 came out either last week or the week before, but I would recommend if you haven't picked this up. I think the issues are still at local comic shops. You can still, depending on how fast the local comic shops you have sold out, we still have issues. I think you can pick up 1 through 4 just about. So I'd recommend going out and grab the series because it's a really fun series. Next, another fun series is Scrapper. Scrapper has been great, and it just keeps getting more fun. It takes some dark turns and some sad turns, but they have so much fun in the issues and just with the character writing for the animals. As you can see, you have all of the animals can talk. They have, some of them have superpowers from this, from the different, this company that's this all-powerful company that rules this city and pretty much is trying to find a way to kill people. They're just the typical evil, maniacal company. And you have cats controlling people. They save this character as a baby. Found out some backstory stuff. It's just really funny, really fun. Like I said, it's got some dark stuff to it too. But this one, after last issue, was kind of in a dark note. This one kind of pulls it around and makes it a little bit fun again. There's a really funny panel here of this little girl helping the animals out. And her mom comes in, and you can they all run and hide, so you can kind of see the animals hiding around her room. And then when the mom leaves and flips off the light, all the cats open their eyes. And there was only a couple cats, and then all of a sudden she's all those, and she's just like, did you guys multiply? So it's a really fun read. So I'd recommend picking up Scrapper. They're also in issue 4 with this. But if you haven't given it a read, then definitely pick it up and give it a read. It's from Image Comics. And then our last honorable mention is Hack Slash Back to School. I feel like they've done some hack. I know they've done Hack Slash stuff before. I don't know if this is a continuation of any of the others, or it feels like a standalone series. Just reading it. The art is by Zoe Thorogood, who is just like super amazing. I read when they did Joe Hill's Reign from his novels into comic book form. Zoe did the art, and it's just really unique. Like, Zoe has a really good, like, kind of goth gritty feel to it. I just really enjoy it. There's some dark stuff in this issue, and it's a really cool story. Let me see. Okay, so Zoe actually wrote the story as well, which is just awesome, because I knew Zoe did the art, but so the story and art are by Zoe Thorogood. So if you haven't read any of her stuff, check it out. She has a cool, like, autobiographical kind of thing as a comic called It's Lonely in the Center of the Earth, and it's a really fun read. I'm going to pick that up from her at Heroes Con this year, and I've been reading through it. But this is just a really enjoyable, like, first issue arts. Very violent, very gritty. Some of the pages I'm not going to show just because, I mean, I'm not. Actually, you know what? I'll show. I'm not really. If people, this is warning, graphic warning for some people, but there's some very graphic fight scenes and stuff. This kind of like reminds me in a way too of some of like the, you know, it's like kind of brings out a little bit of what is his name? Junji Ito kind of feel to it. So she's got a very good like hybrid style of anime or of manga style kind of, and also American style art. So I really like the uniqueness of it. There's some fun characters. There's a really cool nod that I believe is a nod in issue 2 cover. One of the characters, very much Lollipop Chainsaw, and I hope that's what she was going for. If not, sorry to insult her, but it's great. It's a really fun read. Once again, they just released issue 1, I think last week, if not the week before. If you haven't picked this one up, still a good time to grab issue 1, so go for it. And yeah, guys, that was the weekly comics for this week, November 2nd. And I have one more thing to take care of. We know that I've been doing the contest for Kill Your Darlings, #1. Had a few entries, nothing huge this time, so I'm going to keep trying to meet, probably, maybe not monthly, but maybe bi-monthly, trying some contests. I really want people, like I said, I mean, I love comics. I want people to, you know, like, especially the ones that I really think are great issues. Obviously, people have their own tastes and stuff, but I want to get people these issues in their hands and let them read them, and kind of hopefully maybe get that experience that I do when I read comics. So, like I said, not a huge amount of entries, but got them all, as you can see, mixed up in here just to show you. Don't want I think I'm cheating or just picking one person, so we'll be shuffling this up and just picking a random name, and that user will be the winner of this comic. I will say this time, I guess lucky on my dime, everybody was local. So if you win, I'll probably bring you your comics. So we'll meet up and hang out, and we can talk about some stuff. So definitely. So let's see. The winner of the Kill Your Darlings contest is Joseph Phillips 4584. Congratulations. Grab these real quick and show you again. Let's see. Here we go. You are the winner of Kill Your Darlings #1 and 2. Like I said, these are really fun reads. I'm like super happy to pass this off to somebody else. Hope they enjoy it. And I just really appreciate everybody that did comment and subscribe. Let's do this. I'll just go ahead and call it now. This will give me a couple months because it doesn't come out till January. But I know it's going to be a really fun read. And as long as I can get multiple copies so I can give a copy away to people, I will say the next contest will be for Ultimate Spider-Man #1, which comes out in January. Everybody loves Spider-Man. Spider-Man's a fun read. So we'll start it with, you know what? We'll just start it with this video here. So that gives me, like I said, almost 3 months of videos to fall back on. And you can comment on any video, starting with this one forward is where I'll check the comments. As long as you like, comment, subscribe. Let's say, what is your favorite iteration of Spider-Man? It could be, you know, Tobey Maguire movies, Andrew Garfield movies, Tom Holland movies, or if you're a comic book fan and you got your first experience from, you know, Amazing Fantasies 15 all the way to current stuff, the new Spider-Man run, then just let me know. So yeah, just comment, comment, and then subscribe. What is your favorite iteration of Spider-Man throughout the different medias? And then, like I said, and at the end of after we'll do it the week the issue comes out. So this is not only will you be getting the issue, but you'll be getting it the week it comes out. So, or I will ship it to you. If you have to ship it, could be a few days after, but yeah. So, yeah, guys, that's it for this week. I appreciate it as always. Congratulations again to Joe Phillips, 4584. And yeah, I'll be getting up with you, Joe, and then getting you some comics. And as always, guys, keep tuning in. Keep commenting, and subscribing. I really enjoy doing these. Hope to continue and hope to continue, provide, some comics for people and get everybody into it. So, as always, guys, I'll see you in next week's video. Appreciate it.